We're here at WT. Dr. Walter Wendler is here with us, and it just seems like I just talked to you in September. We were starting school, August, and now here we are, May. It's graduation.
That's right. The time flies by like telephone poles at 75 miles an hour. They just click off.
Right.
And here we are. Graduations are next Friday, a week from Friday, and Saturday. We have we have 4 ceremonies, and there'll be 2 with one college. There'll be large ceremonies, and then the 2 will have 2 colleges in each one. And we're excited about it. We think it's going to be good.
One thing I've noticed when we're on campus today, I'm seeing a lot of parents. You're going to have a lot of visitors, a lot of end of school things. The campus looks beautiful, just working right along. And it seems like, everybody's ready for the break. But for you guys in administration, I mean, there's a lot to do over the summertime.
Right. It doesn't slow down much for us. And the campus is always beautiful, but this rain has been a godsend. I looked out the window the other day and I told my wife, it looks like Vermont over here. Everything is green and, the Green Mountain State and all that sort of stuff. It is gorgeous right now, and everything is blooming, and it's just very pretty. Very pretty.
Well, it looks great. I wanted to talk a little bit about with their Texas A&M system. I know so much research. I think that WT is so blessed to be able to have. There's more research coming. I'm always interested in the Vero. I try to talk to you about that all the time. But there are certain designations that make WT better and better. And I see whole neighborhoods being built. I see Canyon growing. I want people to come to Canyon, come to WT, but I'm also like, wait a minute. If we're too good, everybody's going to want to come. Wait a minute.
It is the challenge of quality in a university. You attract so many people, and then the very thing that was initially attractive tends to disappear. The quiet college town.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful we have a tremendously powerful working relationship with the city of Canyon, and I would also say with the city of Amarillo. But we're right here. And Randall and Potter County, we have great working relationships with our local governments, and I think it's very important, and they're supportive of WT. And our research business is part of what's helping the university grow. We just now were recently reclassified by the Carnegie classification system as a research university, which is a big step. We were previously in the classification of a master's comprehensive university, but now we're in the classification of a research university. And for me, the great joy of our research is that it's focused on regional issues. Our doctoral program in education 6 years ago had nobody in it. The degree we just opened it up, and now there are 100 students studying in that program. We graduate about 20 a year, and the fact of the matter is, those students are focused on smaller school systems. Well, those are the constellation of schools that make up the Texas Panhandle. We're not going to study the urban problems at the University of Houston or UT Austin or even Texas A&M studies. We're going to study the challenges and opportunities that exist in small schools in West Texas, because by God, these are wonderful institutions, and I'm so thankful for it, and so thankful for the growth of that program, because it proves the point. When you serve well locally, you'll attract people from other places, and that's what's happening with our graduate programs.
I knew it. I felt it, and I knew, and I love that that's happening, because I think we have been the best kept secret, and the things that have happened just in the last 3 years are pretty amazing. What do you want to say? One of the first things we were talking, you've almost been here 10 years. Yeah. One of the first things you did that I really was impressed with is you started going immediately out to high schools and talking about WT yourself. It wasn't your office, it wasn't your team. You said, I want to meet students across the Panhandle and teachers and families and get WT out there. Here we are. You're still doing that. You haven't let up on that.
We're still trying to. We want to appeal locally first, and we have work to do. We have work to do in Canyon ISD, Amarillo ISD, Bushland, Highland Park, River Road, these schools that are close by. I would like to see WT, if a student decides they want to go to college, and it's not for everybody, to be sure. There's military life, vocational school, so many other opportunities. But if they want to go to college, when they get down to the last 2 colleges on their list, all I want is for WT to be one of them. And I know a lot of people will choose WT. When they look at costs, when they look at quality, when they look at proximity to family, when they look at the nature of this campus and how they're treated here. We work hard to treat people with dignity and respect and appreciate their values. I mean, this is all part of who we are. And I did go to all these schools. I've been to every high school in the state of Texas north of Klondike, which is, it's 132 high schools. It's a lot of high schools. My poor wife came with me on the early visits, and I'm telling you, it wore her out, and it wore me out. I mean, but we got organized, and then we started doing 4 in a day, and Mary didn't come with me anymore. That was enough. The first were very interesting, because we didn't know what we were getting into.
Sure.
The first high school we visited was in Booker. And it was in January, and they were predicting a snowstorm, and sure enough, we got one. I drove home in a blinding snowstorm. Mary said, "Why are we doing this?" I said, "I'm not sure, but I think it's valuable."
It is. Listen,
it was fun.
It is. It is valuable, and I think that families and students want that, and I think that personal touch is something that you don't get in a lot of places, and it's important.
I believe you, and it is something that we try to offer here, and I hope that tradition stays with us. The idea that you can't, if you serve locally, you're not going to get a good national, wider reputation and so on, it's not true. If we serve very well right here in the Texas Panhandle, it's already shown in the doctorate in education. We're starting to get students from other states that in that program that are interested in working in smaller schools, smaller high schools, rural high schools. Yeah. So they're coming here because if they go to a lot of other big urban schools, they're focused on urban issues. We're focused on rural issues. And Tip O'Neill famously said, "All politics is local or are local." And I think education has to be a servant locally if it's going to work correctly. And I'm committed to that, and thankfully our campus is committed to that.
Sure. Well, it looks beautiful. I know a lot going on, graduation, lots of parents, lots of visitors these last 2 weeks of school. Thank you for taking time for us, and I hope to see you again. Listen, we'll be talking about the start of school before you know it.
I know. We're going to turn around and it's going to be September again. But anyway, that's the fun of it.
Right.
That is the fun of it.
Thank you so much. We're going to come back and talk about some summer camps. Lots of students coming to WT this summer. That's one thing we want to touch on. Dr. Wendler, thank you so much.
Thank you, Allie. I appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Stay with us.